We should be live. Let's double check here. Hello, Internet. Good on Restream here. Restream seems Internet. Pretty unhappy today. Good on Mixer. Turn down your radio. It's new YouTube's view. No, thank you. Oh, Moon, remember how we had some confusion a couple months ago about the different versions of the Restream chat app that we both had?
Uh-huh.
Restream sent me a very strongly worded email last week saying, hey, you can't use that anymore. You need to go download this new one. No one should be using this anymore. It's like, okay, all right.
So the one you had was the shit old one, basically.
Yeah, and I downloaded the new one, and boy, that's way different. Yeah, so I'm going to have to see the lovely Restream squid here on stream, because I don't know how to get rid of them. That's okay. Probably if I put something in chat.
I was gonna say I can get rid of them, but the way I do it is I just keep chroma key out the fucking background in the chat. But when I was using it, it didn't have the the stupid squid.
Oh right. Oh, this is like way off.
Yeah,
the screen.
that worked.
I'll just write the word squid. That's good enough. That looks fine. That looks fine-ish. Okay. You guys ready to start?
Sure.
Sure, why not? Also, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm like 4 levels behind your Mixer, and you're the host of the goddamn channel.
I don't understand Mixer, man. All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. It's the third Saturday of the month, so the TVGP Game Club crew is back to talk about yet another game. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonpier.
Hello.
And Musum.
Hi.
We're here to talk about Tokyo 42, so let's get all the deets and the business out of the way at the beginning. This game was released May 31st, 2017, published by Mode 7, developed by Smack Games, S-M-A-C, all in caps. Yep. Came out for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Time travel, Metacritic 70, OpenCritic 68. Peers for the release date. Got a couple of good ones here. Friday the 13th, The Game, which is a game
a really good game.
Unfortunately forgot about. Thank you, lawsuits. Guilty Gear Zerd Rev 2, which I love Guilty Gear, and I don't know which one that is. Rhyme, Star Trek Bridge Crew, which also a game I unfortunately forgot about. And Shadow Warrior 2, which is a game I still need to play. I think
the remake.
No, we played Shadow Warrior
to the
1.
reboot.
Yeah, it's the reboot, the sequel and the reboot, the one where they just turned it into Diablo.
Okay.
Yeah. So top of the pile, middle of the pack, or overlooked? The question we ask every month. What do we think?
At the time, this thing was overlooked because I literally forgot all about it until I was doing my giant bomb. Oh no, I'm 2 years behind. Watching the videos.
Yeah, because I think. Oh, go ahead.
I had never heard of this game until you told me we were playing it.
Right. Yeah, I had seen the trailer for it originally, and I think stylistically, I was like, "Oh, hello, this is my sort of jam." And then, unfortunately, immediately forgot about it until Moon brought it up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Tokyo 42, yeah, I want to play that thing."
Because for those who don't know, like I love Giant Bomb content, but I don't have time, so I struggle to stay up to date with their stuff. I think we might have discussed it on a pre-show a while ago, like might be in the outtakes about how like E3 it's like, oh, I'm up to page 45 of their videos. Wait, no, E3 happened, now I'm back to page 60 again.
Yeah, exactly.
So like I just go through the videos, quick looks, whatever it is, just have a quick scan. If it's something I'm interested in, whatever, I'll watch it. Happened to catch it, and I just sent Boston a message in Discord and was like, yo, how about this for Game Club, because it looks kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And Boston was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And lo and behold, quote unquote random picks it next.
Hey, randomize have worked really well for us. Tokyo 42, well, not well for Tokyo 42, but Void Bastards is really good. We're playing that on We Roguelike It. So let's get into the meat of what we liked and what we didn't like. Who wants to say something about what we liked?
Okay, positives. Musum, do you have some to go first?
Well, I'm kind of middle of the road on this game. Like I like going through a level with the katana and taking everything out.
Yes.
And I
You
sometimes like the music. And I sometimes
Yes.
hate the music. So it goes back and forth a lot with me.
Yes,
Oh,
I would agree.
How very like a metronome of you.
I will say I think stylistically and graphically, I think the game looks really cool.
Visually, it's so cool. Like, it's so unique. It's so stylized. It's so cool. Like,
It
it
really
looks beautiful.
reminds me of kind of, I think Tokyo 42 reminds me of what Syndicate was trying to do. Not the one that came out on 360, but the one that came out on like Amiga and PC in the 90s, Bullfrog Syndicate. They were trying to make like an open world cyberpunk game, and they couldn't in the mid 90s. And I think Tokyo 42 it was a lot more successful with that, where it's like, here's this larger open world, and you're doing missions, and you don't really have to go anywhere to, like, you don't have to go back to orbit to go to get a mission and then come back. Like, it's all self-contained in this, in the town named something. Is it Tokyo?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, it honestly, it makes me feel better that you were thinking of Syndicate Wars too, because like I thought of that, and I'm like, this plays nothing like it, but
Right.
it reminds me of it, like in a way. Except I think, well, you probably couldn't zoom in on Syndicate Wars. I really wish you could zoom in on Tokyo 42. Like my eyes had a really hard time with this game.
Yeah, I think the style is to its strength and to its detriment.
Like they really took a bunch of like really odd elements and mashed them together. They were like, you know that thing Fez did where you had to press a button to rotate the camera like
Right.
45 degrees or 20, whatever it was. Let's do that, but let's make an action game, but also put stealth in it,
Right.
and then we'll make the action like a bullet hell shooter.
Right.
And like I don't know. Honestly, I hadn't even thought of comparing it to a bullet hell shooter until I was reading a review today to see what happened at the end of the game, because I only got halfway through the story missions. And they called it a bullet hell. I'm like, man, I can't imagine wanting to play that game like that. Like,
Right.
No. Like, curiosity, what difficulty did you guys play it on?
easy.
Mm-hmm.
I think normal, whatever the default was. I don't think I changed the difficulty.
Default was normal.
Okay.
Switch it to easy. You get like 4 hits before you die.
Okay.
It's
I
a
should've played it
game
on easy.
changer.
Yeah, like I saw
God.
like it. No offense, Boston. It tells you the difference. Like it says you have a
Yeah.
shield here, you die in one hit, and I thought, I don't want to die in one hit. I don't even know how this game plays, and I know I don't want to die in one hit.
Yeah, I
I-
normally
It's
dying in one hit wouldn't be that bad, but I feel like a large part of the reason why I really hated Tokyo 42 was its brutal difficulty. And I think even being able to take multiple hits would have made me dislike it a little less, but not like it.
Yes, I started on normal, and I did maybe 10 of the story missions on normal, and a little bit of side quests here and there. And then I just got frustrated and annoyed, and I switched it to easy.
Yeah.
I was
Did,
like,
did you finish it, Moon?
I didn't. I got a bit further through it, and then watched the rest, and it's...
I did the same thing. I could not bring myself to finish it.
Honestly, I just ran out of time. Personal life things have kind of jumped in the way the past couple of weeks, so fun.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
looking at
go
like
ahead.
that last boss fight, like there's no stealth element to it. You have to participate in the bullet hell. So like on that end, I'm kind of glad I didn't put in the effort, because I think I would have gotten really mad at that point.
Yeah, and I think Musim, what platform did you play it on?
I played it on Good Old Games PC.
So you played the correct version.
Yeah, Moon and I had mentioned this to each other a week or two ago, maybe, that we are very clearly playing the wrong version by playing on console. The controls on console are
Garbage.
they're
So-
unwieldy to be kind and garbage to be bad. They're really bad.
So straight up, I played 2 or 3 missions with a mouse and keyboard, and then switched to controller
Wow.
because
Okay.
Why?
they did not do a sensical like games by now. You would think would use the ASDW config, right?
Right.
And they do not. And after trying to keep track of all the different commands that you had to know on a foreign kind of keyboard setup, I was just like, forget this, just put it on a controller. Let's just learn it there.
Boy, so I am genuinely shocked that the controller option was the better of the two.
Like,
Yeah.
like I'm sure, like the aiming, like if you were really into the gun stuff, would have been possibly better with a mouse. But no matter what, you're gonna have to hold a button to extend your aim, right?
Right.
Or not
Which
hold
is
it. You have to press a
really
button to
weird.
extend your aim, and then press a button to release it. And it's
Right.
I don't like. I feel like if well, no, I don't know if they could have saved like fully saved this idea. Honestly, like kudos to them for trying to be creative and put all these really disparate elements in. But at the end of the day, I kind of wish they had just taken their art style and made like a third-person stealth shooter instead of
Right.
press a button to rotate camera and be frustrated that the building you want to disappear so you can see your guy doesn't disappear,
Or-
but this other one does.
Or even if they had just kept it, I think one of my larger issues is with how the game displays height. I think it's largely cool until someone's shooting at you, and I have no idea if the bullet's going to go over my head or hit me once, and I have to restart. When you die, you have to restart the entire mission from the beginning, which just
Unless
feels
you use the
harsh.
coffee machines. Like if
Right.
if you're not getting chased or whatever. Like I did a couple, like the first couple of missions I went in hot, and after that I was just like, as soon as I got the katana, I was like, no, I'm doing stealth the whole way.
Yeah.
Because you can get up to the next little coffee machine, you can save it, you can move on, like you can do the whole press B to change how you look kind of thing if you need
Yep.
to. But yeah,
And
the game is brutal. Like the game is absolutely nightmarishly difficult on anything other than easy.
Yeah.
I really like doing the stealth in the katana, but they completely force you. Like there's certain areas in the game where at some point they're going to just say, guess what? The only way up is up this staircase. There's a character who's not moving, looking directly down the staircase, and they're going to activate the alarm if you get up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it's like you have to break up this party by shooting your gun, and you don't have to do anything, but whoops, now you have to eliminate everyone. Just like, okay, cool.
Well, in that mission, I know what mission you're talking about because that was an
It's
early
the two
one.
gangs.
Yeah, it's a
fighting.
pretty early one, yeah.
That one you can literally shoot, like hide, change what you look like so they aren't looking for you, and just wait. And there'll only be like 2 or 3 stragglers that you got to kill.
Yeah. Yeah. I really wanted to love Tokyo 42, and I think, like we said, there's so much cool about it. Like stylistically and graphically, there really isn't anything else out there like that. You mentioned Fez with the rotating the world, and it's cool how two different games use a pretty similar mechanic in really different ways. But man, I even got pulled in with the story where it's like you get framed for the first murder of 2042, which no one understands because everyone's taking this pill to keep them immortal. So it's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Like you're dealing with this future Baba Yaga, and like there's some cool stuff, but the actual game itself is it's just rough.
Yeah. It's a solid effort.
Yeah.
It needs some very serious refinements. Like
Yeah. I
they
would
do
agree
so
with
much
that.
good.
Like I think it is a good effort, and I think Musum, you're right. I think they really tried, and I think there's a lot of cool ideas. I think like all of the gameplay just needed another pass, and I think they could have nailed it, but without a postmortem, I couldn't find one. I'm not sure if they wrote one, but we don't know if they ran out of money or team members left or time or whatever, but it's just a bummer. And I know there's a piece of DLC out there, Smokeshi's Castle.
Yeah, which feels bad. Like I was debating getting, because normally when we do these things, I get the big version,
Yeah.
and I was debating on getting that, and then I realized I don't really want to support even a satire version of Takeshi's Castle, which over in England was slightly racist at best
Oh, was it?
and downright offensive at worst.
Did you guys get Takeshi's Castle, or did you get Most Extreme Elimination
We got
Challenge?
Takeshi's Castle,
Okay.
and it was commentated on by Craig Charles, Lister from Red Dwarf. He was the
Wow, okay.
voiceover guy.
So we got. We're just gonna take a detour here because we're done with Tokyo 42. We got something called Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, where they basically took the show as it was and dubbed over fake Goofy voices and
Oh, jeez.
made it really fun and like really. They never. Maybe once or twice, but they never really leaned into the racism. Like the one head host's name was Ken, and he's like always like, "You're right, Ken," and it just they turned it into something really cool while they still kept people getting dunked into a lake by a giant, kaiju.
Yeah, for us, it was what you call it. It was basically just a re-airing of the show with original Japanese commentators, original Japanese voice language.
Oh wow!
All the presentation was essentially the same, except it had Craig Charles. Is it Craig Charles? I think it is Craig
Maybe.
Charles. Whatever. Lister from Red Dwarf doing like an esports style commentary over the front of it, where
That's
it's
so
just like,
weird.
well, is he gonna make it through the punching wall? No, he got punched right in the ding dong.
Oh, wow! Wow, yeah, couldn't have been different. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's Tokyo 42.
Yep.
Go watch.
Punching the ding dong if you ever saw one.
Yeah, go watch MXC. Let's talk about our next game chosen by you, the patrons. Next game is called Orwell, Keeping an Eye on You. It is out for PC on Game Pass. It's out on OS X and Linux. It's also out on Steam, but you should probably get it on Game Pass. There are 2 Orwells. So the very first game is called Keeping an Eye on You, and it's 5 episodes. That's what we're going to play. We're not going to play the sequel that came out last year called Ignorance is Strength. That's a second game.
Okay.
So we're just going to play Keeping an Eye on You. And I am pretty pumped about this after We Rogue Like It's Monkey Sr. Talked about this on TVGP a couple weeks ago.
Oh, is this the New York week?
Yes. Yeah, this is
I say that like I'm not always in the state of New York.
the other part of New York. Lower New York.
The double up.
Yeah. So that's Orwell, Keeping an Eye on You. And that's it for our episode. So we'll see you next month. Bye.
Bye.